Henry is currently holding a butt plug. It was given to him by an audience member.
Do you like it?
No, I hate it.
Look, honestly, it's a lot more. I actually thought butt plugs would be more stable than this.
It might not be the best quality butt plug.
No,
it has
don't
Henry,
say that.
It might not be.
Don't say that.
It has Henry's face on the portion that would be sticking out of the rear if you were looking at it. So
that's very soft.
if you are someone who is into the butt play, don't forget to plug away and have a good day.
How can you get this in there?
Well, my friend, it requires a lot of lube. It requires a lot of patience. It requires a strong mindset and will. So this is going to take you a
Fernando,
second.
stop winking.
This is going to take you a second.
His eyes.
Indeed. This is going to take you a second to get used to, but I do believe that rectally you could fit that within a week's time.
I
So
guess
anyway,
so.
Thank you so much for the gift from this wonderful audience member.
I'd really like to think that my butthole's more stable than this.
Well, you know what you should love? Speaking of,
Are you going to talk about pizza?
no, I wanted to talk about UFOs.
Oh, yes.
Because this is quite interesting from the Pentagon. Audit the Pentagon. But there is a 1,500-page report that came out because of FOIA. It took quite a while, but thank you for everyone. Keep on sending the FOIA requests. They have to give you the documents, and they sent some UFO ones.
What came out is exactly what I talk about in the live show, is they're about their fascination. One of the things that I took as a key here was a fascination with the physical evidence of when somebody sees a UFO or an anomalous event, they actually can get physically ill.
Right.
The one report that came out as one of the 1,500 that was released was called Anomalous Acute and Subacute Field Effects on Human and Biological Tissues.
And this is significant because of the theoretical weaponization, correct?
Yes. So it's like human observers by anomalous advanced aerospace systems. This is how the way they phrased it, right? And they said that this was prepared for the DIA. It warned that that's why these objects may be a quote unquote threat to U.S. interests. So things basically what it sums up is that people who've had exposures to anomalous vehicles, especially airborne and when close proximity, they might have some kind of injury that is related to what they also then have come to believe is called an energy-related propulsion systems, which means they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They're just saying it's some kind of energy. And what it does, these are the injuries it lists. Heating, burn injuries, radiation burns, damage to the brain, and enough to impact people's nerves. This is from the report. Sufficient incidents and accidents have been accurately reported and medical data acquired. This to support a hypothesis that some advanced systems already deployed and opaque to full U.S. understandings. Just again, saying that is code for we don't know what the fuck it is.
And one interesting thing about the document, this is according to the Acquisition Threat Support Report. It sets out how to categorize anomalous behavior with encounters with, quote, ghosts, yetis, spirits, elves, and other mythical/legendary entities classed as an AN3. So the Pentagon, this is, again, where's our money going? There has to be Yeti studies happening.
They are looking into it. I think this is far healthier than drones, as far as I'm concerned.
You know, it's all about how they're allocating the funds. I mean, if you're gonna spend my money, spend it on poltergeist, crop circles, spontaneous human combustion, alien abductions.
There is an X-Files.
And other paranormal events.
There is an X-Files manned by people far less fuckable than David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson.
Well, of course.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Send us your Tinder profiles if you work for the X-Files within the U.S. government. I'd love to see what you look like. So Eric Hernandez, he's down in New Orleans.
Yes.
Right? And he's down mid-city New Orleans. When it comes down to he's proud of his home. He's proud of his neighborhood.
As he should be.
And he's out here and he's doing a little bit of neighborhood watch. And they happen to all talk about there was a guy.
Now, what's the difference between neighborhood watch and just being a perv?
You have to, it's what hat you're wearing and if you're hard. Because I love to watch the streets. I watch my streets, right? If I see that I don't know
you have to.
You have to. Everybody has to. You should. Look out for your neighbors so they look out for you. It's
Absolutely.
This is what you got to do. Mm-hmm. So Eric Hernandez, what he was doing, he's out there watching the neighborhood, happened to see this guy that has been going around. They believe they've been having problems with people breaking and entering into all their homes.
It ain't right.
And he was like, he sees this guy sniffing around a house, trying to get in the door. He says that something's got to be fucking done about this guy.
Right.
So he goes and he gets him. And guess what? It's taking a long time. He gets the cops. He gets the guy. He's going to call the cops. Well, you know what comes down to it? Cops are these days. They're stressed. They're busy. right? Or I don't even know what it is.
I'm not
It's
sure
bad.
what happened.
I think it's also because it was in a poor part of town and they didn't want to go, and it's really sad, right? But it took too long for the cops to get there, so somebody had to fucking hold this guy down. So Eric Hernandez says, "I'm doing it myself," and he tied him down with what is considered to be a series of shibari knots. That, like, they say he's a fisherman, right? And so he got tied down with these knots, but everyone's saying, "Oh, this is BDSM knots that he was used to be tied down with." But I think that also he's a fisherman, and when it comes down to side stories, LPOTL, gmail.com. If you're a fisherman who likes to get spanked, are you a sub first, a dom first, or are you a fisherman first?
There was a fella in Tallahassee, Florida.
That's my fucking alma mater.
There's a place near the residential area, Alligator Point, 370-pound black bear. It fell in the water, and it was saved by this fellow. I'm not really finding his name.
That's got to be dangerous, right, to save a drowning bear?
Yeah, well, his name is Adam, and he knew that at this point he had to keep the bear from drowning, and he helped the bear, and then he brought the bear back to shore, and then he says it's a lot easier to drag a bear in a 4 foot of water than to move it on dry land, lol raffle, and he saved the bear, and now the bear is doing bear stuff and having a good life. So his name was Adam Warwick. He's a biologist.
Wow.
He's with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and he said, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so I jumped in. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision. I had a lot of adrenaline pumping when I saw the bear in the water.
I would be very scared.
And he said he wanted to keep him from swimming into deeper water because then you have sharks versus bear in the water.
That's fucking metal.
Indeed.
Bears would lose.
Yes, because of the water aspect.
Yeah.
Bring them on land. Good luck, shark.
Fucking exactly, yeah. Man,
Absolutely.
the shark's fucked.
They
What
are.
you gonna do?
It's a grower, not a shower. But overall, as far as severed penises go, it's bigger than Bobbitt's.
It's a huge cock.
It's a pretty solid ding-dong.
For you having it, because you ever see the footage? You've seen what John Bobbitt's penis looked like?
It was very weird.
It's weird because it
And
shrivels
also,
up.
the cop didn't want to touch it because he didn't want to be gay.
No, he didn't
Remember
want it,
that?
Like, it's so dumb. But this thing is like, yeah, he was definitely a shower. I would have been a lot less upset if I was him. He should have looked down at a penis and said, "It's like, well, at least I did something good in this life."
Absolutely. He's got an oddest size tool, although he did not cut the balls, just the cack. And anyway, if you're this guy, I guess you wake up kind of upset.
Yes.
What do you have to do to kill yourself? Is he like superhuman?
know.
Is he like living like Kenny from South Park? Can he not die?
I just don't know. Maybe what if there's some way where this penis has been like,
Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, can't we go on vacation? If you ain't gonna take time off for crazy work, maybe it's time for me to go on vacation.
So you're thinking the penis severed itself?
yeah, and he's just like, well, all right, I'll let you go. And then he cut it off, kind of expecting the penis to crawl away and go to like a Royal Caribbean or like someplace to go out of town, go over to the local travel agency. But then it just flopped there, and he's just like, oh, well, I'm a lot more far gone than I thought it was.
Absolutely. Several hours. I guess, that might be one of those situations where you look down. We all are complicit when it comes to seeing something horrible and just being like, but I gotta go to work.
Oh, absolutely.
New York City, you have to walk by situations that any rational person that would stop and help
It would
someone.
shatter their life.
Shatter their life.
Yeah.
But you gotta go.
Yes, of course.
So
you
at
got shit
some
to do. You gotta
point-
go to work.
You look down and you're like, I'm going to register that as a severed penis. But then you have to overcome that.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just be like, no, couldn't have been.
You're in the big city.
You're in the big city.
I've seen whole ass corpses. Z2, we got that
oh
comic
my
book
goodness,
coming up.
there's so much coming out.
We have got our show at Ryman Theater in Nashville. Woo! All of LPN is going to be there. It is June 18th. Buy your ticket. We can't wait to fucking see you live. It's going to be so much fucking. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork for that one. It's going to be really, really great.
And then we have, in late April, we are going to be in Buffalo, New York.
Yes.
And then we're going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And then we're going to be in
my home away from home. Can't wait to see people in
Northfield,
Pittsburgh.
Ohio. April 30th, Northfield, Ohio. So actually, we're doing great in Buffalo. Pittsburgh, great. Northfield, we kind of thought we were going to be booked in Cleveland. But it's a little bit of a drive, but have fun, have a weekend
fun.
with it.
I don't
and
know
we will be doing it.
I don't know what people can do there.
No idea.
Make something fun to do. Come to Northfield.
Come to Northfield.
You don't know what fun you get. You could meet the love of your life in Northfield. She's there waiting for you. They're there waiting for you because no one comes through town. You know what I mean? They need an outsider to show them Is that what life is like on the outside? I mean, that's something someone would take, and they could scoop you up out of there, and they could take you to the big city, Cincinnati. Like, oh, they can get you out there, maybe even as far as Toronto.